Good morning, this is Bookless on its Hindu editorial article on 20th March 2019. So, we are going to discuss today's article in order to precisely perform for the prelims cum mains preparation. So, the first article we are going to discuss is about Amitabh Kant, who was the CEO of NITI AAYOG, is writing this article on the transforming education outcomes in India. That is the progress of education in India. Among lakhs of employees on the payrolls of state government, is saying that among the employees in the state government is the most in one department, that is the education department. Education department has the largest share of employees. Given the size of education department, any effort to introduce education reforms must ensure that the incentives of all stakeholders, that any reform has to be done, the incentives have to be distributed and aligned throughout the system, so to ensure their participation. This point can be written in not only in education department. If any question comes in case of administration or reforms in any sphere, you can use this point that the in order to align the full participation, entire participation of the system, incentives have to be made to all the stakeholders. A successful example of implementing such a roadmap can be seen in Haryana. He's saying about a example about a scheme called as Saksham, Hindi for able to skill. That is the scheme is 80% of more students who have grade level competent. So what is this campaign is, state officials will nominate their block for Saksham Ghoshna once they are reasonably confident that their block has achieved 80% of the target, that is the student target. As a result of remedial programs, this 80% target is obtained by remedial programs, teachers training and internal assessments. If it is of 80%, they will nominate their block for Saksham Ghoshna. If the block is found to be Saksham, the block officials are recognized by no less than Chief Minister himself, and a large scale show and tell event is being organized to honor these students. The valuable lesson from all this is inducing competition among administrative units. That is, it is being inducing competition, that is the constructive competition among different administrative units is being done to work in tandem. This is the main point, that is inference we can get from these kinds of schemes, that is they all work in tandem in order to achieve intended outcomes. Competition also makes abstract goals such as learning outcomes more real by defining exact actionable metrics on which improvement is desired. To translate this to education, from this set of things, NITI AAYOG has also stated that state level school education quality index. This index is being done by NITI AAYOG in learning outcomes as a focal point of governance. It gives score. This index is mainly for the prelims point of view, that it gives scores to states based on their educational performance and puts this data out in the public domain. NITI AAYOG state rank not only encourages competition but also rewards and motivates other states to consistently improve too. So this is the main purpose of this making of this state level school education quality index. So NITI AAYOG's aspirational districts program, another program is there for NITI AAYOG, which has been launched in early 2018, also draws from this template. That is 112 underserved districts across the country compete with each other for this aspirational districts program. These districts are nominated real time and ranked on the basis of their progress. So as their progress increases, they are being ranked as in real time measures. So given the success of these initiatives, it is abundantly clear that the right incentive structures for stakeholders lead to administrative efficiency. That is the right incentive structures, as we said in the first slide itself, the incentive for all stakeholders and the efficient way will ensure administrative efficiency, which then improves the quality of service delivery. The quality of the service delivery will also be improved. States therefore need to induce competition and give a boost to all key actors in education in driver's seat to improve their learning levels. So in order to efficiently improve the education, we have to indulge all the key actors in it and induce competition too. The successes that we are already witnessing in India with the systemic approach to transforming education are inspiring. Improvement in learning outcomes is an immediate goal for India. That is, this learning outcomes is an immediate goal for India to fulfill its aspirations of playing a greater role in the global economy, and the systemic transformation is the best solution that we have so far. So he is saying that these learning outcomes and the transforming education are the main goals of India in order to make this systemic transformation in the spheres of education. So this is a main article which is used in problems means, and it can be it is more important because it is from the government point of view too. So there are many other articles too that the Ayodhya issue has been there, but it is not important for our point of view, so it is not discussed. There is post Pulwama issues, that is post Balakot too, that is what is the situation at present now. So that article mainly focuses on the events which has happened from the CRPF attack on the Jawans, and from there till the present situation. So these all events we everybody do know that. So that in article 2 is not much of importance. Then there is an article of socialism rise at US. That is many parties which is being made in core ideas of, they are indulged in core ideology of socialism, is been in a rise in US rather than rest of the world, is being said by the article, and it is being supported by the writer too. So it is about the elections which is going to happen in the 2020 elections, presidential elections in the US, which is not important in our exam point of view. But the rise of socialism in US is that concept we have to just make in mind, because if we have to just dot down or we have to mention in case of anything like in socialism aspects, and if anyone asks if it is socialism is, if is socialism in the fall of extinction, it is going to be extinct in today's world. Now we can also say that US is, in US the rise of socialism, this can be jotted down, it can be shown as an example for, no, it is not in the brink of extinction. So that can then there is an article on Gram Sabha Forest Rights Act. Forest Rights Act we have discussed earlier too. So this article 2 is mainly saying about the tussle between the state governments, Gram Sabhas, and the many allocation of private these forest lands to the private entities by the government officials, whether it is state or central government, without considering the Gram Sabhas issue. So the end of the article is being said also by that Supreme Court has the final verdict, and it has to ensure that the correct spheres which which should happen in the forest area, that is the sphere of power, that is the devolution of power with respect to the Gram Sabha, state government and central government, has to be ensured by the Supreme Court itself. So these all are the articles. This is for today, and there are not much of the articles for today. So thank you very much for the discussion.